Oh, well, welcome to Wild, Wise and Curious, Jody. It's really good to have you with us.
I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, it's finally lovely to finally meet you. Absolutely is. Right. So, how did you come to realise you were in perimenopause?
Well, I didn't. I think a lot of people say this, don't they? It was really through the back door. It was around the time I had a lot go on in a short period in my life. I had end of a very difficult marriage, 10 years. It was abusive. It was distressing. So I left and I found myself on my own with three children, all with additional needs. Um, in a house that we had nothing, we had no beds, and it was just all chaotic. So obviously I wasn't feeling great, and I
Mm.
wasn't. So when I got really confused about everything, laughing now that at the time, but I was just kind of bumbling around, thinking it's just because I've got all this chaos going on. And then not long after that, my dad hadn't been well for a while, but then he got really poorly. So, and then I lost him about a year after that. So we had a long year of hospital visits and all this. So I was just like a zombie, really. And
Yeah.
then I started all these the hot sweats at nights and things. But it was more the confusion for me. The brain fog has been the absolutely million% biggest symptom. The doctors told me it was anxiety, the sweating and stuff. And I was like, okay. Yeah, and I just kept going. You just believe people, don't you?
Of course you
And
do.
it's not until you find things like your podcast or, speak to real women who are open and upfront, that you realise actually this isn't. I think because it was such a not typical time of life for me, just
Yeah.
nothing added up anywhere. Nothing was adding up anywhere. The kids thought I'd absolutely lost my mind because this whole like you don't know the words.
Yes.
No, not very
Yes.
well.
And the kids are like, are you all right? I think at one point, especially the older ones, you got a brain tumor or something? I was like, I don't think so. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, so it was all a bit backdoor. Everything was so upside down for life anyway. And at that time, I was still teaching. I was a teacher for 23 years in special needs schools or boosting SEN children in mainstream schools. And I had to pack that in. I didn't know. Literally didn't know where I was going, where I was meant to be, where I'd just been. Yeah, I lost
Not
my, I
so
lost
much
my,
going on though, Jody. I
yeah,
mean, it sounds like it
Yeah.
was such a full-on time that you were just so
yeah,
in it
yeah.
anyway. So you can't
It was
really.
survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you said that you gave up the teaching. Was that
I
kind
gave
of?
up teaching. I did a permanent position,
Yeah,
and I went to supply, and then I got offered a really nice role in a local school, and it was 3 days, and they were really flexible with me, and
yeah,
that's when I was boosting the SEN children in a mainstream school, and it was 3 days, and because I was pulling them out of class, they didn't even really mind which days I did, as long as they had their hours, these children
yeah.
having their input. So that was really nice. And then as my dad got more sick, I was having more time off. And one of my sons in particular has a lot of appointments because he's got a lot of different conditions. We go to CAMS, we go to cardiology, we go to ENT, all different appointments. So there's always, most weeks or something. I was always switching around and I just I couldn't cope. I got to a point, I couldn't even do that. I was like, I've got the easiest job in the world for me as an experienced teacher. This is really easy. And I still couldn't do that. So yeah, I just took a step back from everything and I just stopped. And then when I started to settle myself, I thought, I'm still not right, actually. I should be doing a bit better by now. Life's settling down. And that's when I started to look into what's going on because I thought I'd really lost my mind. And I think that's probably the best analogy of menopause, isn't it? I've just lost my mind.
It's a really kind of common thing.
Mm.
It's common theme, isn't it, that we hear? And I think we both kind of felt a bit like
Yeah,
that as
yeah.
well. But yeah, I think it is. I think you're in a good company, certainly here, and certainly with a lot of women who are going through or have been through the same thing. But it's so tricky, isn't it? Because it's kind of trying to strip back the layers and work out actually why am I feeling like this?
Mm.
Is it because of what's going on, with, where you've come from, the things that have happened, like what's going on, like with your dad? Is it the perimenopause? There's just so many things. And it's when your brain's a bit frazzled, it's really bloody hard to go, okay, which part of what's going on in my life is this bit?
And I think a lot, I mean, I had a really particularly traumatic and tricky time. But I think at this phase of life, we've quite often got ailing or parents needing support. We've often got children who are now teenagers, which is there. As much as you have children, it's not fun. And I mean, Like, so all three of my children have got additional needs, and I think the majority of people I speak to, there's something going on somewhere. There's some kind of neurospicy in the home.
Yeah.
It's when marriages and relationships are tested, and do they last?
Yeah.
And it's also a time where careers kind of hit, and it's a bit, it's just a hard work phase of life. It's not like, oh, I've done 20 years now, I've been an adult. I've got it covered. It's just like everything flips, doesn't it? You have a bit of,
Yeah.
well, hopefully a bit of settled, then everything comes up again, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's almost like a shedding, isn't it? You know, we talk about it, don't we? Where you're kind of like trying to work out which bits of old you do you want to carry forward for new you for the next 50 years, you know, or are there other areas that, I don't know, maybe brought you joy as a kid or as a younger person that you go, actually, I want to go back and do my painting, or I want to go and play the guitar, or whatever it is. I don't know, we kind of find that a lot of women are kind of going back to those things as well, aren't they? Because we've kind of been thrown off in the bushes for a long time with being a parent, having to bring money in, keep the roof over your head, feed everybody, keep the house clean. And it's a lot. So it is a very curious upheaval.
Yeah, and when you were talking, Jody, I just got this image of like throwing up a load of washing and seeing what comes down as to which thing you're going to be dealing with, and what, how you're going to deal with it going forward. It is really tricky, but it is also like that upheaval time. It is also a real time to like, actually, no, that's not working for me anymore. What am I going to do? And I think that's why a lot of people do like move in different ways in their relationships or their work or whatever, you know, because I think you get to this stage, it's like, actually, that's not working for me anymore.
Yeah, shit's got to change.
Yeah.
Well, when you say shedding, you got the washing, I visualise, it's just like, okay, what served me? You actually learn some kind of perspective and priorities, don't you?
You
Do
do.
you know, and this is what they say, this whole life begins at 40 and no fucks given up. Just where on here, sorry.
Yeah. You're fucking fine.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Just the no fucks given thing. It's just like, actually, means nothing to me. That serves me in no way whatsoever. All it does is people pleasing. It's making other people happy. So I don't need that. But this is my bit of me. So I'm keeping that. And you shed, but you shed with purpose, don't you? You shed with meaning.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah,
you really do.
I like that. So what was the next stage then? So you went through this, you realised that actually I'm still not feeling 100%, something is not quite right. So is that when you went back to the GP, or how did that next?
Do you know what? I've been on and off for years now, and I went just a couple of months ago, and they still told me I'm not in perimenopause, and I've just gone, okay, clearly am. I've got every single symptom, and I know in my body this thing's changing. I've got a coil, so it's saying hormones on, but I've just gone, okay. I mean, I'm 46. I don't know where I am. Time I'm going into hot sweat, and I don't know whether it's a cycle thing. I've got a coil. Does that impact the hormone levels and things?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm at a point now where I haven't got the energy to battle for it all. I just know when I'm working with myself, I work with me, because it's just I hear so many mums, I listen to so many podcasts of this fights and fights and fights, and just takes all your energy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You really do have to learn an awful lot just so that you can advocate for yourself, and that can be exhausting at this time as well. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm doing a lot of advocating for the children as well because of their needs.
Yeah.
So in terms of what came next, I kind of hid in a hole.
Okay.
For about a year or two, and that's when I did a lot of my finding myself and looking into what works for me, and what helps me. And that's how I've evolved into a whole new career of coaching now, coaching moms and coaching women who are just stuck in anxiety and stuck with overwhelm of who am I? Who am I? And I think you have to find yourself before you can help other people find themselves, can't you?
Yeah. So what did that look like then when you went into the hole and you went in to start looking at what you were needing, what your tools and stuff were? What did that actually look like before then you went off to help others?
It was a whole load of personal development, and it's a lot of trial and error, isn't it? I did a lot of journaling. I tried meditating. I tried breath work. I tried Pilates and yoga, and I dipped in and out because I was so low at that time. And I think the GP's answer is always antidepressants, and I was like, but I'm not. I'm not depressed. I'm not feeling good.
Yeah.
I know it's not depression. It's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's all I was pushed on antidepressants. And I was just like, I don't want to come and have that conversation. I want to come and have a conversation about why physically and mentally I'm not right.
Yes.
And because I got nowhere time and time again, I just did a lot of trial and error on what works for me, and I found little systems. And what I found now is knowing myself, I can adapt it. And some days it's right, or some weeks it's like little cycles of more heavy meditating and self-reflection. And other times it's just journaling and ranting and getting things out. And I think I found a system now where I just flow in and out of what's working for me, and a lot more exercise. Not that it shows in my weight, but because that's another menopause thing, isn't it? But a lot more movement, exercise, being in nature, and it probably 2.5 years of that process of just of knowing myself and building that self-trust of what works for me and with me.
Yeah, self-trust's a big one, isn't it?
Massive,
when you kind of start to trust yourself, trust your intuition, and I don't know, I think that's something that, I don't know, maybe is when you're a busy mum and you're working and running a house and everything, you kind of just go into automatic pilot, don't you? So you don't like lean in so much to your intuition and trusting yourself. So I think it's almost like a work of art trying to unearth that and like get it all up and running again a little bit more, because I don't know, not that we have any more time now.
Yeah, but it's having the time and space, isn't it? And if you've not, and I think what I'm hearing with you, Jody, is that you got so low that you were trying everything because you needed to find something that was going to help. And unfortunately, that's when we're having to find all these tools. Is when we're at our lowest, because we haven't got any other choice. But it's just, if you're able to have the time and space to start looking into what works for you already, then when you really need it, you can lean into it a bit more, can't you? But it's, as we're busy doing everything, and like you said, even the fact just advocating for your children is enormous and time consuming and energy taking anyway. So you become the last thing that you're thinking about, really, don't you?
You do, and that's where it really impacts your self-trust, because one thing I find with the women that I help over and over is always like, the example I often give is I just want to soak in the bath. And we all know that a nice bubble bath isn't the answer to self-care. It's a little snippet, isn't it? It's a word off a page of a chapter. But I think what happens really often is, I'm going to have a bath tonight. And it's not about the bath, it's about the self-trust and fulfilling your promises to yourself. And then someone comes in, I had a last minute, I need a lift this morning. I'm like, oh God, I've got to talk to the door, so you get pushed back because of one thing, and then it gets pushed back because of another thing, especially when there's multiple children and multiple needs and a phone call, and I didn't do that email. And then you go, what, I'm not going to have a big soak in the bath. I'll just have a quick one. And then someone else comes in, and it's going to be better if I wash up. This happens, or someone's phoning me now. There's always someone needs something.
That was right on cue.
Right on cue. Someone always needs something. There's a phone call, and it goes from a lovely soak in the bath to a quick bath, and then you end up going, "Oh, should I just jump in the shower?"
Yes.
And it's not about that bath. It's about fulfilling your promises to yourself, and that's obviously some days there's huge curveballs and major chaos, and that's different, But when it happens over and over on typical days, you just keep breaking your promises to yourself. You don't trust them, and you don't trust yourself at all. And then when you say something like, "This is what I need today," your brain kind of goes, "You don't need it, because you'll be all right. You'll be all right if you don't." Yes. And it's when it's on repeat. That's where we end up just totally disconnected. And no trust in ourselves at all, because our brains tell us what we want, and we're just going, "Shut up! You don't need it. You'll be fine without."
Everybody else's needs are far more important.
Exactly. And they are important, but it's about balancing. I've got such a better balance with my kids now, and they understand that I do what I do because not only do I love it, but it helps them. I've got a lovely, my son is autistic, a lovely conversation with him. He's in year 9, that's when they take their options to choose GCSEs. So we're having this conversation about the future. And I said, "Do you know what I do?" Because I just thought, as a young man, is he bothered? And he just went, "Happy." And I went, "Hey." And he went, "Hey." And I said, what does that mean?" He said, "You're happy, Mum, that makes mums happy." And I just thought, and I always use this example, and it really sits in my heart, because I think back to the time where we ended up in this house. I did nothing but cry. I did nothing but, we had nothing, but I was on the floor. And in just a few short years, building from that's not only what he sees, but it impacts him as well. And it's that value of what I want is important.
Yes.
And I don't say what I want's important, so you're not having anything, because that's just crazy. But I just say what I want's important because it's important because I'm a human too. And what you want's important with that. And it just instills this belief of self-value in the whole family. It isn't about being selfish, it's about teaching the children to value themselves as well.
It really is.
Well, it's modelling, isn't it? It's modelling that behaviour.
And you can't pour from an empty cup, can you? I mean, if you're exhausted and you're not taking any time out for yourself, you can't keep giving. So it's the balance, isn't it?
So how did
the modelling, I think it teaches the girls what they're worth and what they deserve and what a good relationship with themselves and with others looks like to them. And the boys as well. This is about, you know, women or men, however they end up, deserve to be treated and should be treated. And the same for yourself. It's about reciprocation, isn't it?
Of course it is. And it is a very good lesson for the kids to learn from their parents. Yeah. You know, it is, isn't it?
Absolutely. So how did that pivot into a new career for you then, Jody?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a very, obviously, because it's me, a really weird story about that as well.
We like weird stories. Go on.
So I started off with an online network marketing makeup and skincare business, which I was really rubbish at. But I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. And I made some lovely friendships and we had these events. It was called Unique. I still use it now. It's beautiful makeup and skincare. And the idea is you share it online and you get into conversations with people and attempt to make some sales. But all I ever had conversations about was, how are you so positive? I do my reels, I do my lives, and you've got a lovely attitude. You've got a all life must be easy for you. And I'm like, well, it's not always been this way. But anyway, I just kind of, instead of selling any makeup and skincare, I pretty much just was coaching people.
Counselling / agony aunt, it sounds like.
At first, I enjoyed it. And then I felt like I can't give to this many people. Like, it's taking all my energy and time. So I started doing a lot more content just about positivity and feeling good and all the kind of things that I do now. So then I've got a lot more of it, a lot more of the, you know, one-to-one stuff. So I need to do this differently. And obviously I'm not made for lipsticks, but more coaching.
So it just naturally evolved into what you're offering.
Yeah.
And then people were coming to you because they were seeing your stuff online. That's amazing.
Do you know what I really feel like now? Obviously, I've had some ups and downs. We all have. I've had really dark moments. But I really feel I can see now with hindsight, every step of it was a step towards this place where I'm at now.
Yes, yeah.
It's funny because we were just literally having this conversation this morning about how we don't really look back and see how far we've come. And we don't really give ourselves the credit for how far we've come.
We don't.
Because we're so far, like with being in the menopause, really, you're just in it at the time. So I just think, you know, sometimes it's really helpful to reflect back and see just how far you've come.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting, isn't it? It's almost like we could do with having like one evening a week just to reflect on how brilliant we are and how far we've come and how us and our children are all still here.
Keeping them alive, that's the biggest achievement. They're all alive.
Yes, exactly. You know, we all need a good tap on the back, don't we?
It is so hard at the time, though. You're just in it, like you're saying. You can't see any further than your nose.
You can't. And so you don't reflect back because you're too busy either in it or trying to claw forward just that little few centimeters so that you're in, you know, into the next.
Yeah, just reacting.
Of course you are. Definitely.
I think there's so many women out there. They're just in survival mode, and I think that's the difference. When you're in it and you can't see the future or the past, or it's just where you are. You're just in survival mode and getting through the days, aren't you? And I think when she can get that more self-awareness, self-trust, that's when you can move ahead really and reflect and see where you're at with a bit more perspective. Yeah,
definitely. And it's kind of learning the things, so learning the skills that you learned when you locked yourself away for the year and a half, or you almost need that time, because if you'd not had that time away, and you'd just kept on going, you wouldn't have ever perhaps come to the realization of, actually, I could be doing this coaching and stuff like that. Because we wouldn't be here doing the podcast, would we, if we hadn't like had the experience of the perimenopause, menopause, and like that kind of whole midlife pivot thing where you go, who the fuck am I? What am I doing here? Do I even like this place? Am I happy with the people that I'm living with? Why am I doing this job? I should do this, I should do that. And I don't know as if those things would have all come about. If
such valid questions, aren't they? Who am I? Do I like this? Why am I doing this? But when you're stuck in it, you haven't even got the time to ask those questions, let alone answer them, because nobody can answer.
You probably haven't even got the words to even ask the questions, have you?
And I think there's a disconnect as well. You mentioned it earlier. There's a disconnect, isn't there? Because you're just so busy going through the motions. Something doesn't feel right, but you haven't got the time, energy, or space to recognize what that is. So you just carry on until actually that you can't carry on anymore, and you just,
stop.
Yeah. Well, until you have to.
Yeah.
Until you have to then go and sit and go, right, okay, this isn't working anymore. What is going to change?
Yeah.
And life's just so hectic and busy. I mean, I look back at my mum, and I was one of 4. And I remember, I mean, I'm sure that our mums felt stressed and overwhelmed and busy at times. But I remember when you were shopping, you'd see someone and mum would just be chatting to someone for ages. And I just kind of look at the cucumbers for a bit, because that's what you did, or over the fence. And like, I don't really know my neighbours. And when I'm shopping now, I sometimes see someone, one of the school mums, like, oh, no, I've got to run. I've got to run. Always, I've got to run. Yeah. And it's just a different world. There's just always somewhere next to being there.
Yeah, that's really,
it is a really valid point. And it's tricky, the whole financial side of things as well now, because everything feels so much more expensive. I mean, I can remember, like, we used to go shopping and we'd carry the shopping bags up the hill back home. I've got a brother and a sister, and like we'd carry all the shopping. But we used to be able to afford to go and do lots of different things on on a salary. So I think my mum and dad both worked. But these days it's so much trickier, isn't it, to be able to provide? So you're finding yourself working more, or the time is cut so short because of the extra pressures that we put on ourselves.
And it's just like the simple things, like if we were on a hot day, I remember my dad would just get us all an ice cream, whereas now it's like a conversation, isn't it? If we all go to an ice cream van, it's like 20 quid.
Exactly. It's not like £2.50 for $5.99, is it? It's you do have
to have a conversation. Hang on a minute, the bills come out just for an ice cream. And then, like, in the summer, I might say, oh, where's everyone fancy then? Alton Towers. And I'm thinking, that's like 300 quid now for us all to Alton Towers. And everything's just big, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. And I think that's what I was trying to get at, but I was really going around the houses and I was like, oh, where am I going with this?
No, you got there in the end.
But yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. So it's like the pressure is on, isn't it? That, we've got to bring money in. There's got to be enough money in and stuff to cover all the outgoings and the ice creams, but not at 25 quid. The ice cream man can, bye-bye.
Go into the shop.
We'll get a box for £3.
One is a box from Tesco's. That's what we should do.
Exactly that. But
it's more pressures, isn't it? So it's being present and being present mom, or working more, and they don't kind of do this anymore. It's one or the other, isn't it? And then it's guilt, and that brings all these other feelings in.
Yes, yeah, and we deal with it all. Yeah, we do.
No wonder we're all going mad.
And we're knackered. My husband's now looking into different vitamins for me. I think we're going down the, B12 route. I've not really done that one before, but he's like, you're just knackered. I'm like, have you seen my schedule? Do you not know the amount of things I have to cram in? But yeah, we are. But the good thing about it is that we are, when you get curious, so when you come out of that slumpy bit, and you become curious to what's going on and curious to learn more about your body and how you work and the things that need to happen, but the things that also need to happen for you. And then that's when you've got the strength of mind to look at the things that work for you, haven't you?
And I think there's a bit of a grieving process. I mean, I used to, it's a bit of a running joke with some of my friends. So for a long time, I've got up and gone to the gym really early, like 5:30, done an hour, and then got up with the kids because it just really helps me mentally. So you have to get up, do gym, do school run, get to work all day, and it just fits so much in. And then I can't now. I just can't. And then you have to kind of let go of that person who could do that.
Yeah.
And then after that's a different phase, because then it's kind of embracing the new person that chooses not to. And I think looking at it as that's my choice. I probably could still do it, but I wouldn't be happy. I'd be absolutely knackered. And yeah, so just reasonable expectations of yourself.
Yeah.
Today I'm speaking with you and I'm getting my nails done, and that's about it.
Well, it's a nice day for you then, Jody.
It's a nice day. Well, I do say that. I don't always practice what I preach because at the back of my head thinking, but you should really do. You should really do. You should really do.
That's a work in progress as well, though, isn't it? It's just things that it's still going to be there, but it's just how you choose to respond.
Yeah.
So with your coaching, then, Jody, what I'm kind of sensing from you is this person to walk alongside. You know, somebody that's been there, gone through it, and is there for the other people that are in there going through it, just as a person to kind of walk alongside and go, have you thought about this? Or is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, well, I have got a structured program, but it's bespoke and one-to-one. So I've got a process that we work through, but wherever we need to stick on a bit longer, we can do that. We've got that flexibility because it's a one-to-one situation. Whether I move into group coaching later on, but this works really nicely. So we look at different. I call them pillars, and we look at, okay, so what is it that you do? And I think that's a massive realization when we break down everything that this mom does. And that's like, oh, and then, okay, who's your village? Who helps you with it all? And who are you actually responsible for? And we work through it in a systematic way. And that's how we learn to drop some of the things. And then that brings up the guilt and the boundaries then. So that's then we start looking at guilt and boundaries, then go back to, okay, what do you actually need to do again? And then we build a new kind of a system for it that works. And I've got aftercare as well. Because what'll often happen, I go, right, I'm really motivated. I'm going to have time for me. I understand why I need to do it. That's the most important part. I know why I need to do it, so I'm going to make sure it happens. I know the consequences of not doing that. And then about 2 weeks in, it's like, oh, it doesn't work because everyone's still asking to do all the stuff. So we have to reinforce the guilt and the boundaries there.
Yes. It's not going to happen overnight, right? Because these things are built up over a number of years.
Yeah. And how long is it to get into a habit? Is it a month? 4 weeks?
I thought it was 3 months.
Is it 3 months? I don't know. It's either 1 month or 3 months. All I'm saying there is if you're sacking it off after 2 weeks, you've not given it the month, right?
Yeah.
I know. So that's why the aftercare support, to make sure to stay motivated, and it's until those habits are embedded. Because it's years and years. And I know there's a lot of women in our age bracket, whereas I'm at the phase now. I haven't got little kids, but like one's gone to Harry Styles today in London, so I've had to do a last minute train drop. Yeah. And I was like, I haven't got time, but you made it work. But so the kids have got different needs. There's a lot of lifts and things like that. Mum taxi, but also my mum's now on her own, so she needs support. So it's a little bit, okay, so I don't need to supervise every minute of the day. No one's going to eat the plugs, but I need so it's less scary, but it's probably more consuming.
Yes. Yeah. You kind of think, don't you, as they get older, that you won't be required quite as much, but you're still required. It's just in different ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know one thing I've been really good at, because my eldest one got out of trouble and things like that, and I thought I'd be terrified and I wouldn't sleep, and I'm actually all right. I think she's probably more sensible than me, I think. But I just say, because I don't sleep brilliantly. That's been another impact of perimenopause. Yeah. But I just text me when you're in, and in the night I roll over and I just check. But I don't worry about that. But that's going on as well, isn't it? That release of freedom.
Yeah, letting go a little bit and and I think it's probably harder if you went out and partied and did things when you were younger. You know, I'm sure if we were all little angels and didn't really do a lot, then maybe we wouldn't worry so much.
Well, I think it's the opposite.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think that my kids aren't doing the things that I was doing at that age.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, but you know the potential. That's what I know what you're saying.
This is it.
I know
Yeah,
what you could get up to.
Well, exactly that. And so I totally feel you with the waiting up, because I've got to one of my sons, he'll go out and we have this like little text thing. So I'll be like, well, you text me, you know, let's just have a catch up at 2 o'clock in the morning if you're not going to be. I mean, he's 21, but he still lives at home. So I figure anyone who still lives under the roof, I just want to know when you're going to be back, just so I've got a rough idea. But you know, now my 16-year-old, he's starting to push the boundaries. So we've had fun this week. Mum, I'm going out to play football with my mates. All right, sweetheart, have you had your dinner? Yes, that's all fine. Okay, I'm going out. Okay, it's 10 o'clock, and I've said come home by 10:30. Mum, can I stay out till 11? Actually, Mum, 11:30. Actually, no one's going home till 12, and I'm just like,
What's football?
Okay.
It's 4 to 12.
Playing football till, well, yeah, sorry, you cut out a little bit there. Yeah, football till 12. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, isn't it? Do you find, because I found this, so I've got 19, 14 and 11, and I feel like the younger one's getting older quicker because he's seeing the older ones do things, and that's not fair, and why are they doing that? And I think as well because the two boys who were younger kind of grew up together. It almost felt like twins. And then when the one went to secondary school, he suddenly seemed a lot older than the younger one.
Yeah.
I think he kept him young and he made him grow up a little bit. They were kind of, and now it's not fair. It's not fair. And the youngest one got a real big sense of justice.
Yeah.
And he's also got ADHD. He's quite impulsive. He's very, and I just. He wants more than I'm sure she didn't have that at 11.
Yeah. But then you can't remember, can you? That's how I feel. I'll have things thrown at me. Well, I bet so and so was allowed to do this, and I'm like thinking. So if I just go, well, actually, no, they weren't, and I'm thinking, were they? Why not?
I don't remember.
I have a lot of assessment appointments, and they go, "What? Can you remember his first? No, can you tell us his first words?"
Yeah.
How much did it weigh? I'm like.
Hold on, I can't even remember the birthdays in the right order. I call everybody the same name.
I go through all the names in the family until I get to the right one. I did that.
It's not even people who live here. Why have I said that name? What's that name?
You got a visitor. Hello.
It's a house of chaos.
Sounds like ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a good company.
So what's working for you at the minute, Jody? It feels like everything's settled down a little bit and it's all kind of working quite well. And
I think accepting that the kids are growing up and the phase has changed. I had a lot to learn with business because when I first started, I was like, oh, hang on, this is what I'm doing more than makeup. So let's do that. And I just thought it'd all take off overnight.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. So that's a tough journey. And that's getting to a rhythm. And just accepting where I'm at, being where I'm at, and knowing my body and what it wants to do and what it's willing to do. Like if it's hustle now, I'm not really there. You know, I used to be a hustler and I wear it like a badge of honour, you know. I got all this done today and now I'm not really doing it.
Yes. Yeah. I really understand that one. Yeah. You sort of go to at the end of the day, be like, oh, well, I've done that and I've done that and I've done that. And I'd feel like, oh, I feel really quite proud of myself. The fact that I've got all this stuff done. And now I am really trying to learn, honest. I am trying very hard.
Dropping what doesn't serve. And do you know what? If even regardless of a heat wave, if I fancy 2 cool baths in a day, I have 2 cool baths in a day, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just dropping guilt and dropping overwhelm. I'm not saying I don't have these feelings because I'm, you know, human and stuff.
Yeah.
But if it comes up, I just recognise it and go, okay, I don't need to feel guilty for this.
Yes.
So awareness of the feeling, see it for what it is, and then let it go. And that's it's life changing. It's absolutely life changing.
Yeah. It feels like a weight gets lifted then, doesn't it?
It's like being free to be yourself.
Sorry, let's say that again.
It's like being free to just be yourself, giving yourself permission.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Absolutely.
And it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you feel like that. I mean, like you say, we all still have the guilt and all of those feelings, but it's like recognising them in that moment, isn't it? And I think, like we said earlier, we're all a work in progress, aren't we? You know, some days, and some days, you know, especially on like the perimenopause stuff, it's like some days I will lean into all of the good tools and I'll feel amazing. And then other days I'm just like, can't be arsed. And I'll sit and feel like a shit mum because I didn't fetch somebody from school at 21. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, but it's like, it's also allowing yourself and not feeling that you shouldn't feel like fed up or guilty and all that, because we are living a very human existence, aren't we? And we can't live in like this happy positive world. It'd be lovely, but yeah,
you can't be in that bubble all the time.
You can't. No, you can't.
No.
Being human.
And I think it's allowing those hormones. I mean, I might seem more positive and bubbly, but there is days where I just sit and sob, and I don't really know why.
Yeah.
And you think it's, you know, give yourself that space to do it. And if it's not the right time to figure it out, you can come back to it. But I think something I never used to do as well is let myself reflect on anything. There just didn't ever seem time even for that. Whereas now, if I don't know what I'm upset about, I just let it flow, and then it normally comes later. And it's just acceptance, isn't it? It's okay to be a human.
So that's what we are, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we're expecting ourselves to be super mom, superhero, super busy, super productive.
No wonder we're super knackered.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it wasn't quite this busy 50, 60 years ago. Plus you could turn
my partner often, sorry.
Plus you could switch off, you know, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't the phones and all the rest of it, you know, it felt like a slower paced life, didn't it? I mean, you know, growing up in the sort of 80s, 90s and stuff, it just felt a little bit slower, didn't it?
Less expectation. We often talk about the things that have been brought around to make life easier, like online property. You know, you just phone up and get your car insurance, didn't you?
Yes, you did.
And that was just whereas now, if you want to get a text, a code for this,
it's probably only easier for the organisation, the company. Yeah, not for all of us. Yeah.
Crazy busy world, too fast paced.
It is fast paced. So what do you kind of foresee, you know, the next sort of few years to look like with what
question.
you're but only like little bits. Is there anything that with what you're doing, is there like, you know, any more that you want to add into that or sort of move into any other areas as well?
Yeah, I'd like to do group coaching as well as one-to-one. So obviously that can impact more mums really and have a bigger impact. I'd like to be speaking on stages. And I'm just so passionate about mums seeing that it's not all about being done and looking perfect and things being amazing. You know, just it's okay to be you. It's such a simple message I just feel like I learned it the really, really hard way. And I'd like to just share that so people don't have the years of trauma and heartache and hiding in holes, you know, to get there. So yeah, it's just getting that message out and helping as many mums as I can.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's like that, making life easier for the ones that are coming behind us, right? Which is the reason we do the podcast.
Yeah. And also by helping mums, you're helping the kids.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the mums are the people that they all go to, and like we were saying earlier, modelling the behaviours and stuff like that. So if the mums feel happier, then the kids are going to be happier, and everybody's going to be benefiting with that ripple effect, aren't they?
Exactly. And that's just what I care about.
That's lovely.
Oh, that's fantastic, Jody.
Oh, thank you.
It is lovely. It is lovely. It's lovely. It's lovely to know that there are like people out in the world that want to do that good in, you know, in the local community and with local people, you know, because if these little groups are sort of in different areas and there's people helping each other, that's how it should be, right? It just creates that community space that we often talk about for quite a lot. It is really important.
Community is different now, isn't it? There's so much online community, and I mean, having the 3 children, different ages, I just feel that there's a difference in. I don't listen to it in the school moms from the different eras, you know. Because the first time, so that was 20. God knows, a long time ago, and it just felt like a really supportive. You are who you are. Place. And it's very different. And then I also think, though, if my youngest is someone's eldest, you know what I mean? There's a big age gap now between some of the mums that are around. And it's just very different. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
The generation of mums coming through, it's just so anxious. They're so worried about everything. Looks, decisions. It's blown my mind, the social media, the last few days about the heat wave. And I've been online saying, if you don't want to send your kids to school, just don't send them to school. You haven't got to get all angry. You're even hotter when you're angry. You know, I didn't have the choice, luckily, but my son's not well. It's affected him, so he'd be at home with me, whether it was open or shut. But I'm still not in an era where people can't make decisions, and that's a self-trust thing. I was thinking about earlier.
Having the confidence to trust your own thoughts and feelings on something. Yeah, absolutely.
And not look for external validation.
Oh, that's tricky.
It's really
tricky one.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's a lot of conditioning, right?
It is, we've got a lot of work to do, girls.
But it is tricky, but you have to just start that journey with one little decision at a time. One little promise to yourself kept, with no fucks given. That should be my motto. I think it's my motto, actually. There's no fucks given. We don't care. We're just doing what we think is right. And that's where it comes from. It's one little seed that grows into a big strong tree.
It absolutely is.
Oh, that looks like a really good place to end on, doesn't it?
It does,
like
it does.
A really good message. Thank you, Jody. We've really loved it.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, thank you ever so much. It's been lovely. Hope you enjoy getting your nails done. And you're going to get a bath as well.
I'll probably have another one. I'm already had one.
Oh, thank you ever so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, take care. Thanks, Jody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.